First Watch with Sheriff Mark Daniels on KWCD Bisbee Sierra Vista. Hosted by Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
So where are we at with football this week?
Well, Buena closes regular season out tonight. They're sitting at 7-2. They've had a fabulous season. Chris and I both projected this would be their year, and it is. This is capitalizing a off season that looked great for them, and they're in peaking right now at 7-2. They're playing Cienega, which is their conference rival. Cienega has the upper hand on Buena. They have for years in the conference, but I think that's going to change. In fact, let me just say it's going to change tonight. I think Buena is going to put the thump on them tonight, and Buena can't win the region because they lost to Marana, because that's in their conference. But Buena should end the season 8-2. And what's exciting is a home playoff game. Buena hasn't seen a home playoff game in years, so this is exciting. Congratulations, no matter what happens. Congratulations to Coach Thomas and the team. They've had a great year. But also, let's not forget St. David in the playoffs. They're moving into the semis. They play tonight, I believe it's tonight too. Then you got Bisbee playing Campo Verde for the first round of the 2A playoffs, and Wilcox playing again tonight for the playoffs. So a lot of good football going on, and we're excited for them. We wish them all well, and it's been a great season to call it here. And thanks to Town Square Media and you, Grady, for helping us set all that up, and Val and Chris. So again, tune in tonight. 6:30 is kickoff. 7 o'clock is 6:30 is pregame, and then 7 o'clock is kickoff. Having a rough morning here. And so tune in for us for the final game, and then we'll see what happens for playoffs.
And today is going to be an exciting day for law enforcement records personnel. I know people really don't understand what that is, but the Sheriff's Office and all law enforcement agencies have a support function, and that's for their records division. And they have to process a lot of paperwork. And for somebody, myself, thinking that we should be in a paperless society, it's not. It's just not.
It's not. You look at the 3,700 public records requests that comes through them, and then all the reports, the thousands of reports that they organize. They are the glue to what we do, because we can respond to calls all day. Bottom line, and there's a huge function for that, of course, but at the end of the day, they have to organize that paperwork and make sure it's filed and make sure it's distributed to the county attorney's office, the victims, make sure the victims get their notifications, on and on. It's a lot of work, and so thanks to all our support staff, record staff, and that, keeping us together and actually keeping us on track.
The Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride, we talked about it for a long time leading up to it. It was last week, and it was very successful.
It was. Thank you for all those that participated. Thanks to our partners there at Morse Automotive Group, and also Berg Enterprises for being our partner, and to all our community sponsors. We were able to give out $50,000 last weekend. Nice ride. I mean, I heard very positive comments on that. And I know next year we're going to switch up the rides and do some different things. We've got a lot of feedback from you, so we're going to do that. But thanks to the committee, thanks to Sergeant Ray McNeely and his committee for putting this together. And, again, just a nice event for the Sheriff's Office to give back to the community as they give toward us. So we're paying it forward. Thank you, everybody.
And speaking of Mr. Morse, you and he attended a TMAC luncheon on Fort Huachuca.
Yeah, it was Bring a Veteran to Lunch. That was put on by Sky Island Regional Chamber. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm still not dialed in with their new logo there, but again, they did a fabulous job. So thank you to our chamber here in Sierra Vista for putting that together. But nice event. Teddy Morris is a new owner of Lolly's. He bought that over, so now it's the Morris Automotive Group. And let me just say, I'm just so impressed with him. He's so community driven. He spent I rode on the charity ride with him. We took our Harleys out there, and then going up to the TMAC luncheon, and just. He's a down-to-earth guy, and I tell you, he really wants to give back to this community. Bob Santa Maria, his CEO here that runs the businesses for him here in Sierra Vista. I mean, just that's a great partner to have. And I'm not a marketing commercial for him, but, boy, it's nice to have business owners, and we have so many of them that give back to this community. So it's a special place to live.
And he also went with you to Double Adobe School?
He did. So I want to give a shout out to Jackie Clay. So Jackie got a hold of me last week and said, hey, there's a little boy, he's like 7, 8 years old, that's got some serious medical conditions. And I don't want to go into all that, but it's not a good prognosis. Let me just say that. And so he wanted to meet the sheriff and Jackie. And so Jackie and I put some stuff together. Jackie went shopping for him, got some toys, and we went down there Teddy Morris told me, he goes, hey, and we're talking about it. He goes, you mind if I go? I'd like to be part of that. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is, too. So we all went down and we landed the helicopter for the school, for their 30 students down there. And then he's no longer in school based on his medical condition, but Mom brought him over with his classmates. And, I mean, we put him in the front of the helicopter. And it's just, but I tell you what an emotional time. His grandma was there from California. And, I mean, the kids loved it. And this the mom told us he had smiled so much. He hadn't been smiling because of his medical, he's in a lot of pain. And to watch this little boy smile, it was tough. I'll just tell you, that was a tough one. And it really brings back the reality of what we do in this community, especially for law enforcement, that he sees little guys and people that we serve. And so it was a nice opportunity for us to meet him and shake his hand. I spent a few minutes talking to him, and just, he's a cool kid. He's just a cool kid. But, yeah, so when you think you got problems, think about that. I found my prayers go out for that family and for that little boy. So.
Well, the elections were Tuesday, and we're getting a lot of media calls already about 314. So first, tell people what 314 is, and then let's talk about it.
Well, 314 is the law we've talked about on the show where it allows local and state law enforcement pretty much become immigration enforcement, and that's really what it is. There's a second component of that bill that nobody's talking about, and that is they've upped the consequences for fentanyl. If you sell fentanyl, there's higher consequences. You're going to prison, no doubt about it, if you're selling fentanyl. So that's the good part of the bill. The other part of the bill, which I totally understand the intent, the frustration, the spirit behind it, is the fact that it allows us to enforce immigration, those that come across the border illegally. So I've done about 7 different interviews, media interviews with that, about our position. First of all, this is the will of the people. It's passing. There's no doubt. It hasn't been certified, but no doubt it's going to pass. People ask me, well, what are you going to do, Sheriff? Well, we have to work with our legal teams. What's our county attorney and the respective county attorneys throughout the state want to do? How do they want us to enforce this? And that's based on legality. It's not based on their opinion, don't enforce it, but it's based on the fact that, hey, we want to make sure we have these elements as we push forward. Second part of it is the fact that I don't have the infrastructure or resources or funding. That was an unfunded mandated bill. And that's, you got to figure already, just $12.5 million in 31 months just for incarceration cost. So, and that's just on state crimes. Now we're going to add this onto it. Now it's a tool in the tool chest, and it can be used. I'm not saying I don't like it. What I'm saying is, if you're going to have a state bill, the state needs to step up and make sure it's funded properly. And we have talked to our congressional folks, and they assured us, we'll take care of it. I had a meeting with the governor's office on Monday, and I asked that question. Where's the governor on this? And this is not calling the governor out. This is saying, where's the governor on this? And will she support this? Remember, she vetoed this bill when it came to the congressional side of it. But now the will of the people. You can't turn your back on the will of the people. It's our democracy. They passed the, whether you like it or don't like it, goes for me too. The bottom line is we have to find a way down the road to navigate this bill, but also enforce it. And that's where we need to make sure we have an operational plan that does that. So where it goes from now, I don't know. There's a lot of challenges. I understand it's going to be challenged legally on the legality of the bill, and that might stall it. I don't know. But something else to think about is you got the elections over right now. We have a new president come into the White House who has prioritized the border, something he has said. So with that being said, would that lessen our impact? But let's not forget, the border is a federal problem that has sadly infected every community in this country, to include Cochise County. So now it's time that the federal government hopefully will step up and fix this problem, and that'll alleviate our cost and the pressure of us. So listen, we're local responders, but when we start doing immigration, that's a whole different thing. So again, we'll see it. We want to support the will of the people. We want to make sure we're doing what we can to protect our citizens, and we'll do it all. Trust me, but we need the federal government to do their job too.
And through elections, we did have a little issue when, with the elections department there in Bisbee, they did receive a bomb threat, and we responded along with Bisbee Police Department and Bisbee Fire Department to stand by just in case they found something. Of Fort Huachuca bomb squad people, so from their DOD, and they brought their K-9 unit, and so everybody did a really good job as far as managing that scene and that scenario and keeping people safe.
Well, I'll tell you, I got the call from their quarters and spoke to county administration. They called on this, and kudos to my office and the deputies that responded that night. Thanks to Colonel Childs and the Fort Huachuca for being a support agency with their EOD dogs. But let me just say, we're trying to identify who sent this in. I mean, that's just pure evil. It really is. It's illegal. If we can find out who did it, which is going to be a challenge, I'll just be honest. But we take that very serious because this is a threat on human life. And it's also a threat on our democracy in the fact you're trying to hinder an election process. And again, the rule of law outweighs any opinion, no matter which way you go on this. So if we can find out who did it, we're going to charge them. I know my major crimes team's looking into that and working with our state and federal partners on that. And if we do identify that person, we'll let you know, and that person will be held accountable. I promise you that. But thanks to my team that night that went out there, make sure it was a safe scene. Once we declared it safe, they went back to work, tabulating the votes and stuff. But again, we did what we had to do on that, absent any political thoughts. Bottom line is, if we find out who did it, we're going to charge them.
Tomorrow is the Veterans Day Parade in Sierra Vista at 9, but before you get to that, you got to go to the pancake breakfast. It's Monday.
Monday, there you go, yeah.
Everybody looks shocked. I was like, what did I say? Yeah, Monday. But before you go to the Veterans Day Parade, there is a breakfast that we want you to go to.
You know, our Sheriff's Assist team do this every year, and that's their annual pancake breakfast at Landmark Cafe. It starts at 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So our Sheriff's Assist team, who's a household name in Cochise County, and what I'm so proud of them is their escorts for veterans. They've done over 300 escorts, the final ride, and to the resting spot. And our Sheriff's Assist team has taken them home there. So I asked the support, come out and support our Sheriff's Assist team at the Landmark Cafe for their annual pancake breakfast. And then following that, 9 o'clock in the morning is the Veterans Parade. And the Sheriff's Office has always taken great pride in that parade. We walk the parade. We got our banner that we support our veterans. So we'll be walking that on Veterans Day coming up Monday. It's going to be a little chilly. It always is. But, again, it's for our veterans and it's for our community. And I saw Chris, my partner there on the football, but he's got a commercial out, him and I think it's Val, that talks about 24% almost of the population of Sierra Vista is active duty military or former military. That shows what kind of community we have, and I love to brag on that. I really do. So again, it's a great parade for a great community.
And so we are also working on a project is See Something, Say Something. And we've had that out. We have it through the schools. We encourage people to do that regardless of whether you're at the school or not. But it's a really important component of working hand in hand with our community.
Well, it is. And that's something, it's a federal slogan. It's part of my safety message today is, when people call us, when something doesn't seem right, it's very simple. We all have that instinct of right and wrong. And when they see something that's not right, call us. It opens the door for us to do things. And we had an incident a couple of nights ago where a call was made, and long story short is we found a stash house. I believe that's how this came in. It was a call to us. Long story short is we did a search warrant on the residence once we started doing some investigation on it, which led us to a stash house. Now, the stash house, you hear them called safe houses. There's nothing safe about these houses. They're deplorable in so many ways. This was another deplorable residence. They were stashing the migrants. Children were in there. Women were in there. I mean, it smelled bad from what the guys were telling me. And long story short is, in fact, we had a reporter riding with us that night, and she had made a comment to me how nasty it was. So, I mean, this is an impact on this border that we've talked so much about. Same time that was going on, they had a pursuit going up north. My deputies were chasing a vehicle. It continues. I mean, sure, the election's gone, and we're moving forward and see what results brings from that. But the bottom line, this smuggling still continues, and I'm really concerned over the next 2 months here before the new president takes office is what's it going to look like. There's word that the cartel is going to push people through really hard right now in this open window, and I keep saying, who's coaching the team right now? I mean, you got a president takes office in 2 months. You got a president and vice president that are stepping out of office. We can't forget our duties, and that's what worries me right now, and that's a big talk with law enforcement. I'll just say it to everybody, but we're not going to change what we do here. We're going to continue doing that. But in the meantime, if you see something, say something, call us. You're not bothering us. People say, I didn't want to bother you. We're paid to be bothered. We truly are paid to be bothered. So call us. Let us look into it. And hopefully it's nothing. We'll be happy every time if it isn't. But if it is something, you might have saved a life.
Well, we talked about a stop of the week. I don't know if you came up with one, but if you didn't, kind of a stop of the week, we can talk about football.
Yes, and like I said, it's been a busy week this week, and so I didn't get a lot of time to even work the road. I feel kind of I got this itch today. I will hit the road today, but no, it's been so busy with everything going on, and just with the elections. And I want to do this. I want to thank everybody for all the support of this show. I want SSVEC for letting us do this. Carol, you and Grady, and just everybody in this community for my support. I'm saying that not in a political way. I'm saying it just as a sheriff's office and also for the men and women to serve this office. I mean, this community is so good to us, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you. So thank you to everybody for support, not just the sheriff's office, but all our law enforcement, state, local, and federal, that go out there every day and truly believe in keeping you safe and your quality of life. So thank you so much, and appreciate everything you do for us.
We'll invite everybody out to Cochise County football.
Tonight, Cochise County football, it's Buena's final game tonight, where they host Cienega. They're coming down from the Vail area. Cienega is their conference rival. Should be a decent game tonight. Buena should come up on top. It's going to be a little chilly, so but that's high school football. It's a great thing about high school football. So pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Join Chris and I at 7 o'clock here on KWCD.
Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thanks, Grady. Thanks, Carol. Thanks for all you do.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Taylor Hamilton. He is a student at the Southeastern Arizona Law Enforcement Training Academy.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and welcome, Taylor. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
So you are with the police academy right now that's at Cochise College. So introduce yourself to us.
So I'm recruit Taylor Hamilton with the Benson Police Department. I'm currently attending the Southeastern Arizona Law Enforcement Training Academy at Cochise College. And right now we are actually doing a community outreach program with Lori's Place, the Cochise Family Advocacy Center here in Sierra Vista. They serve Cochise County, Greenlee County, as well as Graham County. And so some of their services that they offer are some comprehensive trauma-focused therapy services, forensic interviews, medical examinations, victim advocacy, mental health services, as well as peer support. So to support them, we're actually asking for some cash donations, some gently used clothing, and some toiletries, which we're doing November 1st through the 22nd. Some of our drop-off places will be the local law enforcement in Cochise County, so at the Cochise County Sheriff offices, the Benson Police Department, Bisbee Police Department, any of the local police departments in this area, as well as the Cochise College campus at the Law Enforcement Training Academy.
And you guys come up with something, every class comes up with a cause to get behind for a community outreach. Why did you choose Lori's Place?
So we actually learned about Lori's Place when we were learning about domestic violence, and that was in the month of October. And we were also told that October was Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so the idea kind of came in place there. We've been trying to do some more outreach, so we actually did the Bearcat Pool. That was really fun. We took second and third place.
Nice.
And so we wanted to do another one, and I thought this was a great idea, and everyone got behind it.
Yeah, Lori's Place is very valuable in our community, and the community is very aware of that. So you guys stepping up to help them is a great choice for your community outreach for this class. So let's talk a little bit about the academy. How's it going over there?
It's a lot of fun. I'm almost done, so I'm very, very happy about that. We have 4 weeks left. It's a 20-week program, and it is very tough. It's very fun. It's great information. We've had great instructors. I'm really grateful for all the information and all the resources that we've had throughout the county. We've had some of the best instructors I think we could have possibly had.
That's awesome. All right, so tell us one more time where they can donate to help out Lori's Place and this community outreach program with you.
So they can donate at the local police departments and at the Cochise College at the Law Enforcement Training Building. That would be the Cochise County Sheriff offices in Wilcox, Benson, Douglas, as well as Sierra Vista, and then it's going to be the Benson Police Department, Bisbee Police Department, and so on and so on.
Excellent. And is there a deadline for this?
The 22nd of this month.
Okay, so everybody get out and donate, help the class, help Lori's Place. It's a great cause, and thank you for coming and talking to us today. And good luck for the rest of your classes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Captain Heather from the Salvation Army.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much, Captain Heather, for being here with us.
Thank you for having us.
So
well, me, but
yes.
Salvation Army.
All kinds of fun stuff. 'Tis the season, right?
It is. It's kettle season. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I should have my bell.
I know you forgot it.
I did.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what's going on with the kettle kickoff.
So, we have the Kettle Kickoff, which is our the kickoff to our biggest fundraiser of the whole year. And so our Kettle Kickoff is going to be this coming Thursday at 7:30 a.m. at the Salvation Army 180 Wilcox. Go onto our Facebook page and or even our regular page, and there should be a QR code to RSVP and get your tickets. They're $10 a ticket. It's going to be a phenomenal breakfast, and also you'll get to meet with other community partners and leaders, and also hear all that the Salvation Army is doing here in the Sierra Vista area and greater Sierra Vista.
Okay, and so, like you said, all kinds of organizations are going to be there. The Sheriff's Office is going to be there. The Police Department's going to be there. So it is a great opportunity to hear what's going on and meet with different people in your community that you might not otherwise be able to see all in one place.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Get ready to do that. And then you're going to be talking about the actual bell ringing season.
Yes, yes.
So tell us what we're doing there.
So we will be we'll be kicking off the kettle season soon after the Kettle Kickoff, and we'll be putting up the sites that will be available. Friends, it's a lot of fun to come out and bell ring. We do 2-hour slots. We're really trying to engage groups and whatnot to have contests so that we can give awards out next year. And so we have a new kettle system that we're able to track groups. And so if you are in any kind of group, check with your group before signing up so that you can sign up at that group.
And you might get your own little red kettle next year, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good. And that's the purpose for this, and I don't know how many people understand that, is this is your fundraiser for the year.
For the whole year, yeah. So our fiscal year starts October 1st, and because our largest expense is Christmas, as well as our biggest fundraiser is Christmas. So once we get through the Christmas season and we do what we can in the community and with the kids, and then in January we reevaluate the budget if we don't hit the goal that we had put for kettle season.
And that also includes Angel Tree, so that's another great project that the Salvation Army has.
Yes, and right now Angel Tree signups are going on. So if you are a family in need, a low-income family, our cutoff is $35,000 for the home. But please come if you have special circumstances. Please come in. As Michelle Hahn is our our Angel Tree coordinator. So come and ask for her, and she'll evaluate and let you know.
And so that's an important thing, and not only from your side of it, getting the signups for the people, but if you're out and about in the community and you see an Angel Tree, try to pick one of those off of there, because it does help for our kids and families in need in our communities.
Yes, and the trees will be going up today in Walmart and at Landmark, and then throughout next week it'll be in a lot of other locations throughout the city.
And there's also one more thing that you guys are doing, like that's not enough, the Community Spotlight at Cochise College.
Yes, so next Saturday we are having the Community Spotlight. I just had it right here, Community Spotlight. There we go. So we are meeting with lots of other organizations. This isn't a Salvation Army event. I'm just plugging this because I'm in recovery, so I have a heart for recoveries. And so the Community Spotlight, it's going to be on November 18th, Monday, sorry, not Saturday, at 4 p.m. to 5:30. And then for the resource fair, and then presentations will be from 5:30 to 7:30. Please come out. There's if you have anybody in addiction, or you've been in addiction yourself or are in addiction, please come see all the different resources that we have here in Sierra Vista and Cochise County. You are not alone. Same with family members. If you PAL is a huge part of, which is Parents Against Addicted Loved Ones, is a huge part of this community spotlight. So if you are not an addict but you have one in your family, please come. You'll get lots of resources you didn't even realize were out there for you.
Well, we always appreciate you coming in because the Salvation Army does so much for our community, so thank you for what you do in our community.
We love what we do, so that makes it easier.
There you go. And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Steve Boyce from Horsing Around Rescue.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Campus and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County. And thank you so much, Steve Boyce, for Horsing Around, for being here.
Thank you guys both very, very much. Really, really appreciate your support.
So you're here to talk to us about your tax sale that's coming next Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
From 9 to 1.
9 to 1.
Everybody needs to go.
Everything horsey.
All right. So huge selection, great prices. That's what you're saying. New and like new, one-stop shopping for your horse needs?
Absolutely. And we got Western saddles. I mean, we had 57 last I counted, Western saddles. And then somewhere around 20 or 30 English saddles. And then all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. Tack. I mean, you cannot imagine the stuff. We had to get another container to put it in because people have donated so much stuff to us. It's really awesome.
So that's priced to sell. So example, how much generally ballpark would be a Western saddle?
Depends on the quality of the Western saddle.
Yeah.
Anywhere from $200-300 up to, we had one we sold for $5,000.
Holy
But
moly.
it was a custom made, custom tooled, fancy saddle. And the guy paid $5,000 for it. He said he was happy.
Yeah, if it's fancy and it looks good. Yeah, I get you. Well, and also you've got some raffles going on. Tell us about those.
The raffles are pretty crazy. If you look at it, the raffles are, the first off is we got a quarter beef, and there's the stuff about the beef. It is ranch-raised beef right there from the ranch. We have a $1,000 gift card from Tractor Supply. We have a Henry 30-30 brass 30-30 rifle, and we have a Kimber 2 1911 45. And we have a Wyoming custom-made saddle. And those are $5 a ticket. And the drawing is going to be at the end of the Tucson Rodeo in February. And it's a great raffle. We do. It's one of our fundraisers that we use for the rescue. And it's awesome. It's really fun. The tax sale is the thing right now. We do it twice a year, and we got more stuff that it's like coming out of the doors.
So let's talk a little bit about what Horsing Around Rescue does. Tell us.
You want to know what Horsing Around does?
I do. I need to know.
I love it. Horsing Around Rescue was started in 2010. I mean, that's official IRS 501c3. We've taken in 217 horses in the time we've been doing this, and we've adopted out 107, I think, is the number. And in fact, we just adopted one out yesterday, which was awesome. We get these horses in from all versions of stuff. We get them from Pima County Sheriff's Department, Cochise County Sheriff's Department, people that get into traumatic situations where the husband dies and the wife can't take care of the horse, people get into financial situations, just kind of everything. We don't need any more horses. We've got plenty, but we try to help everywhere we can. And Cochise County has been very, very supportive of what we've done for all these years. And I just was shocked that it was that many. So we get these horses in, we rehab them, whatever that takes. Some of them, like the one we got from Pima County Sheriff's Department up there, was way, way, way underweight. Her body was just a mess. And we turned around and starting to feed her and stuff like that. Her name is Chiquita, and so everybody was having a combination. Says, Chiquita, that's no name for a horse. I said, well, let's call her Chiquita, not a banana then. And so I don't know what her name's going to end up being, but it's fun to play with that. We got great volunteers. The volunteers have turned around and they make this thing go. It's all run by volunteers. And so we rehab these horses. Then we get them into the groundwork and get them to manners, get them to where they behave, where you can manage them and handle them and halter them and all that kind of stuff. And then we go into an under saddle stage. And then once we get the under saddle part and figure out what the horse can and cannot do, some of them don't even get to the under saddle stage. It's one of those bad deals. And then we adopt them out into forever homes.
That sounds great. So the way you can help out is by going to their tax sale and buying stuff. So invite everybody out to your tax sale one more time and make sure we know where to go.
Tax sale is at the Single Star Ranch, 7484 East Highway 92. It's 9 to 1. The sourdough lady called me last night and said she's going to bring sourdough bread, and she's making cinnamon rolls, so she should have cinnamon rolls there. It is a fundraiser that we do because we just started getting too much stuff that we can't use. We've got our stuff we use to work horses, but we don't have anything in there. Cash, credit cards, all of the rest of that stuff is absolutely available. And, we'd love to see you come out.
Well, Steve Boyce, we thank you for what you do for our horses friends in this community, and thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you for you guys, both of what you do, community outreach, and the stuff that you guys do at the Sheriff's Department.
Absolutely.
I'm really thrilled.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Carol, how do they get a hold of us at the Sheriff's Office?
You can reach out by calling 520-432-9500 if you ever need anything, or take a look at our social media, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels for our Facebook. That'll lead you to our Instagram and our X accounts, or you can go to our webpage, cochise.az.gov/sheriff.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook, and tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.